Hey there, Jen here. So it's been 1 week and 2 days since I started my journey to becoming a better Rivals player, and I think it went pretty well. There were a few things that I still need to improve on, and a few things that I think I did pretty great at. So, with that said, let's dive into it. So I started out my journey after placements as Silver 1, and currently I'm sitting at Platinum 3, which I know doesn't sound too impressive, but this is my first time climbing the ranks solo. In previous seasons, I would be carried by my friends as a healer, so being able to jump from Silver 1 to Plat 3 is a pretty big achievement in my books. Now, reaching Plat 3 wasn't exactly easy. I want to say that a majority of my time spent was actually trying to get out of Gold 3 and Silver 1. As a solo queuing tank, I found that a majority of my time I was solo taking either with 3 DPS and 2 healers or 2 DPS and 3 healers. And solo taking as Thor is not by any means impossible, but in my opinion, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, is that it limited my ability to try to peel and focus on the enemy healers. Instead, I found myself playing more front to back and only peeling if I see a healer that was low or completely out of place. But with that said, ranking up in Rivals is fairly generous in the sense that in the lower elos, you gain more when you win than what you lose when you lose a game. Now, before making this video, I decided to let loose and play some quick play with friends, mainly as heal pool, causing chaos. So when I went to go and get some VODs and replay codes, I only had 2 of my comp games to review. Thankfully, one was a win and one was a loss. So yeah, with that said, let's go over some gameplay. Alright, so before we get into the gameplay, I do want to issue a disclaimer. I am not an expert at gameplay or a game strategy or Rivals itself. So if I say something that's completely wrong or miss something that is totally obvious, let me know. I am here to learn. I won't be mad or upset that you point something out that I missed or says something that is completely wrong. So yeah, drop in the comments of what you think of the gameplay, what your thoughts and opinions are, and yeah. And also, this is like my 5th take trying to do a review of this match, trying to condense it as much as possible. But the video is just gonna be too long if I do both. So I picked the game that I think I learned the most from, which is my defeat. So, but if you want to see me review the game that I did win, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. I just didn't want you to suffer through like 4 or 5 minute video of me playing Thor. So yeah, on to the review. Alright, so before we get into the games, I do want to put out a disclaimer. I'm not a expert at game strategy or Rivals itself. So if I say anything that is completely wrong, if you have any additional advice or anything like that, please let me know. I am here to learn and be better. And so if you see something that you want to add, I would never be upset about critiques. So feel free to let me know in the comments what I missed or what I said was incorrect. And yeah, so and also I do want to say that this is like my 5th take on this, trying to make it nice and short. But I don't want this video to be long, so I'm just going to review one game that has the most learning potential, and I believe that is my defeat. I've learned a lot of things that also applied to the game that I won, so I'm just going to do a review of this game only. If you want to see me review my win, I'm more than happy to do that. Just let me know. So yeah, on to the review. Alright, now before we get into some gameplay, I do want to put out a disclaimer. I am not an expert at game strategy or game sense or Rivals itself. So if I say something that's completely wrong or if I miss something entirely, feel free to let me know. I am here to learn, so I actively encourage you letting me know that hey, that comment actually is wrong, or you missed the point where you did X, Y, or Z. So yeah, feel free to let me know if I missed anything or if I say something wrong. So yeah, with that said, let's get into the first game. The first game is a defeat. It wasn't my worst game, but it wasn't a great game by any means. I did go 12-4 with 3 final hits. I did try to portal at the end, so that's why it shows me as strange. But yeah, the opposing team just had really good defense. They put pressure on us constantly, where we couldn't get into the back line or even get to point even. And so yeah, let's go review it. So this is a Central Park convoy map. The bans were pretty good. Not sure about the Spidey, but we banned Hawkeye, Spidey. They banned Daredevil and Gambit, and so we were on attack first. So we heard that there was a penny, so we were cautious getting out of spawn, and want to see what their composition was like. Who were they running? So I knew Penny, Invis, and then Thor. So I wanted to try to do as much damage to the front as possible to get space, but I couldn't get anywhere. I would try to throw my runes out, try to get at least some space. Got a little, but they just held that area pretty strong. Fast forward a little bit. Sorry.
Anyone willing to help?
So I tried to push in. I got CC'd a bunch. Immediately died. And then over here. Again, I was trying to make some space, getting nowhere. At this point, I should have noticed that Thor wasn't really doing much, and I should have switched to a better tank, whether it's Mag or the Thing or someone else, to see if playing a different tank would make a difference. That after a few minutes of just spamming my runes and getting nowhere, I should have realized that that picking Thor wasn't exactly the best option. Then I tried to dive in. I made my first big mistake. So I have bad alt usage, as you can tell. I thought that it was smart to go and ult the Penny and her mines instead of just using my runes and destroying the mine that way. Not sure what I was thinking, but yeah, definitely could have used my ult better. Didn't get anything but the Penny mine. Then I decided to focus the healer. Their Thor was heavily protecting their healers. I dashed straight into Penny and died. So yeah. Next up, we were able to touch point, and so I saw that Thor was low. He did get the health pack, so I tried to finish him. Thankfully, Moon Knight was there to finish the kill. And here's my second mistake. So as I was focusing Rocket, he ulted, and I was completely ignoring his Rocket ult when I should have helped get the Rocket ult down and then focus on the Rocket, because in that battle, I was fighting a Rocket with Overshield, and so I was just making my life a little bit harder when I should just turned around and done damage to the Rocket ult. So you'll see that as a recurring theme within these games, but definitely something that I need to get better at, is focusing the ults and then the healers. So, yep. But luckily got the Rocket. The beacon was still up. Blade ulted. So we have space now, except Penny's coming out, and so does Strange. And yet again, another bad ult. Again, not sure why I chose to ult a Strange with the full shield, but I did. Obviously, no value came of it, except for collateral damage with the penny. So I guess something did happen, but pretty bad ult in my opinion. But now I'm just trying to bully Strange off the point. Getting nowheres. Try to get some heals, but I was pretty much tough. So, yep, they just had a good defense, and I should have switched. I don't think Thor was the play here. So, but yep. Now it's the other turn where I'm on defense. I tried to take high guard. I dropped down immediately. I should have stayed on high guard more, but here I'm just looking for someone to kind of stick out so I can capture them and deal damage. That and playing it safe, hiding behind structures, regaining my hammers. But we did a decent job at defending point. Not really seeing any opportunities to kidnap one except for now. Strange kind of pushed a little bit by himself, so I'm pushing him into my team, and he dies. And they do this for a little bit. We just spend time beating each other's ults. Strange comes out again. I try to bully him, but they pushed with their cloak ult, and now they're close to point. I tried to push the cloak ult, the cloak away from her ult, but instead I pushed her more into it. I think that was a better ult since I got the cloak, but could have done a little bit better on that. Thought I would take on Thor. He got the health pack, so I want to see if I can do some damage. Their Moon Knight came to join the fight, so I ran away.
Behold the god of thunder!
Thor's by himself, so I tried to finish him, but he went back to his team. And yeah, it's not much has been happening. They make an initial push. Strange comes to 1v1 me. I dash him into to my team where he ults. And now I'm stuck up here with Blade. And this is a good example of how I get tunnel vision. So I'm focusing on Blade. I want to get him down, but as I'm doing that, I'm neglecting to see that my team is dying, and that I'm no longer that I'm by myself on point. So I panic ult. I do get the blade, but then I die, leaving point exposed for them to capture, and now we're just staggered. So pretty bad choice on my end. I do try to go Strange to portal, but not fast enough. So yeah, that's how we lost. I would say overall a take on that is I need to be better at using my ult, being aware of where my team is, and knowing when Thor just isn't gonna work out. That even though they had a Thor, my Thor was not as good, and so I could have had more value on either Mag or Thing or someone that wasn't Thor. So yeah, that was a recap of that game, and now let's look at a win and pick apart that game.